Yeah, I'm coming live today because there's some things that y'all need to know. First of all, if you go in my description box, you're going to see the names and the list of all the people that are the conspirators against Dr. Malachi York. Please excuse my appearance. I'm tired. I just came back from a journey. And I'm at my house now, but I'm in my car. I need to get a few things so I can fix me something to eat later on or whatever and get some rest because I need to rest up. I block the comments because I don't got time listening and reading negativity. But I want to explain something to y'all so that you all can understand that Dr. Malachi York's case, him being arrested, him being locked up, it was all a conspiracy. And the people that conspired against Dr. York was his own family, his own people that walked with him on the 476 acres of land that he had. And a long time ago, Dr. Malachi York told me that one of the reasons why he's in there, he said it was he said it was the Ansars that put him in there. He said it was their children and the Ansars that did this. Because you all have to remember, when Dr. York got arrested, the people that conspired against him, they were all family members. Like Abigail's father lived on Tamaray. Okay? Kathy's father was there. Like if you see the pictures, all of the people that was in Dr. York's family, his mates, the women in his life, their relatives were there with him. So how could he have been molesting children and doing all of these things that they're saying that he did when when their families were there? Okay? Their whole family was on the land. Abigail's father was on the land. McCullen, who y'all know is Khadijah, her mother and her sister and them were on the land. Abigail's father was on the land. They were all family. They all grew up together. So you all need to wake up and realize the conspiracy against Dr. Malachi York are the people that are in front of you every day, claiming that they love him, claiming that they want him out. Now, congressional office in Washington, I went to take care of something for Baba, and they told me that Iris Hamilton had went with some Senator Jonathan Ossoff. First of all, you need to know that the master teacher said, stay with our own race, stick with our own kind. You understand what I'm saying? Jonathan Ossoff is a senator, but he's a Caucasian man. Okay, and they're snooping around trying to find out what I'm doing, but telling y'all not to support me. And see, the thing is this, the reason why I'm going live today is because we could have been had Baba out if we all would have just worked together. If we would have just worked together, Baba would have been home already. But these niggas is, look, these are the people that was on the land. These were the people, they were like that then and they're like that now. They have not changed the color of their freaking skin. Snakes shed their skin, but it's still a freaking snake. Okay? Look, man, this stuff like this is pissing me off because how are you, Iris? This is for you, Iris. How are you working with Baba to come home when you working with people that put him in there? Abraham and Faatimah York are conspirators. I got a letter from Baba telling me that them niggas work for the other side. Because at the time when I was working with with Ambassador Nathaniel Barnes at the Liberian Embassy, right? I had a meeting with him. Abraham and Fatima was coming forth to the family, telling them that Baba's not a diplomat with full immunity. Why are they saying that? Because that's one of the ways that he can get out of there. Because you can't lock up a diplomat. But see, the judge and all of them were racist. And Iris is over there living with Mr. What's his name? He called himself Jabari Jaheen. That's a fake name. His name is Mr. Bundy. I forgot what his real name is. He looked like a nasty, old, dirty, freaking scallywag. Okay? He's over there living with Iris, and he was a conspirator too. He worked with Adrian Patrick. Listen, y'all got to check out L's holy in jail. And y'all gotta watch the movie Rosemary's Baby because the name of the devil was Adrian Mercado. So why would Baba have, and Baba did not pick that lawyer, Adrian Mercado. Okay? I mean Adrian Patrick. Dr. Malachi York never picked Adrian Patrick for his, this is what they did to the master teacher. This is what they did to Dr. Malachi York. When they locked Dr. Malachi York up, right? This is how the conspiracy went down. When they locked Dr. Malachi York up, they used Joseph Hibner and the rest of those police officers. They resigned from office, so now Baba don't have no strength in the with the government as far as the police officers, and then Sheriff Seals and them was torturing Dr. York. So while Dr. Malachi York was being tortured, if Adrian Patrick, they brought in Adrian Patrick and they brought in Mr. Bundy because Mr. Bundy, or call himself Jabari Jaheem, he wasn't working to help Dr. Malachi York. He calls himself a humanitarian, so a human rights activist. If you're a human rights activist, answer this question, Mr. Bundy. Why did you allow them to torture Dr. Malachi York? Why didn't you get the government and people involved? Why didn't y'all stop that sheriff from torturing him? And that's how Dr. Malachi York wound up taking that guilty plea, because they were torturing him. He was incoherent. And then they put it on up for the world to see. Dr. York had lost so much weight. They was torturing him in the same jail that we was in Clayton County. They was torturing, because I wrote Baba one day, and I asked him, I said, why were we in the same places at the same time? You know, I asked him that. And I said, how come you, because Needful at the time, I said that Baba lost a lot of weight when he was in Clayton County. So I asked Baba, why did you lose a lot of weight? He said, didn't they tell you? They was torturing me in there to take a guilty plea, doing all kinds of things to me. That's why he had lost so much weight in there. And they all knew it, and they didn't do anything about it. See, this is the thing. Y'all got to look at the people from back then that's coming to you now, talking all this crap, saying that they want Baba out. Well, where was y'all niggas at when they was torturing Dr. York? Where was y'all niggas at earlier in the trial when they fired his lawyer that he hired named Leroy Johnson, and they brought in Waki and her son and them, brought in the Garland law firm, and they stole millions of dollars from the tribal members. And she kept on saying, my brother, my brother, my brother. And everybody was like, oh, yeah, that's my brother. Yeah. And she was selling pictures of Dr. York back then, saying, look, y'all, we look just alike. Using her status as growing up with Dr. Malachi York, because she's not his DNA sister, but she was using her status saying that she grew up with Dr. York. She's a sister of Dr. York, and Dr. York dissing Malachi, and then they brought in Agent Patrick. They hired that lawyer, and then they milked the Nawapians out of money on top of money on top of money. Listen, everybody, if y'all look in the description box, I got a list of all of their names. And I'm going to get the rest of their names, and I'm going to put the list of all of them. Y'all need to sit back and watch these people, because they devils, man. And Iris Katrina Hamilton, you'll never see her face because she's horrible looking. She's freaking fat. She about 300 pounds. She got a lot of hair all over her body. She got 2 daughters by some 2 different men that's living with their father somewhere. And she got 2 other kids by a man that don't even want her. None of these people have worked hard to fight for Dr. Malachi York. And she can't say that she want him home, because how do you want Dr. Malachi York home, Iris Hamilton, when you working with the ops? You over there working with Faatimah York, who's a devil, and she over there in Africa. Why y'all think of this? Think about this too, y'all. Why y'all think they in Africa? They gatekeepers. They over there trying to block Dr. Malachi York from coming out from that end. And then they got the gatekeepers over here that's trying to block Dr. York from coming out through the way, because they know there's openings for him to come out. You understand? So what they're doing is they're blocking and they're gatekeeping, and they doing all this stuff so so you guys won't be able to work together to help him come out. And like I said, y'all, we could have had Dr. Malachi York out. I want y'all to remember this. A lot of you never knew who I was. Y'all didn't know who Taba Jet was. Y'all didn't start finding out about me until years later, right? And the only reason, and the thing is this, they tried to hide me, right? But if I was all about money and trying to get fame and glory and get a name under free Dr. Malachi York, don't you think I would have been made a big thing about it? I'm not that type of woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I need to come live and do anything to get a name for myself. I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do. I'm doing this because I was in the feds. I already know how it works in this. I know how the system works. You understand? And I'm telling y'all, Dr. Malachi York sent me to Athens. I was around all of them. Listen, let me tell you what happened one day. Baba told me to go to the office, right, to work in the office with Nabab. So I'm in the office, and Baba's ex-wife, who's Uma York's mother, her name is Awatif. I forgot what her real name is, but their last name is Mabry. Let me break down a little story to y'all, and then I gotta go. I just wanted just something just dawned on me, and I was like, let me just come live and put y'all on game. And for those of you who want to listen, okay, y'all want to know what's going on, I'm the one to tell it. All right, because this what they did to Baba is so messed up, and they working so hard to keep him in there. You wouldn't believe who's behind this conspiracy. And let me tell you something, the list of the people that I got in the description box, there's other people that's involved with it too. How do I know? Because I was investigating his case. I was working on his case for years. They could say, and you ask anybody that know me from Athens, they'll tell you I've been working on this case for years. And that's how I know so much, okay? A lot of y'all, hold on a second. I can't answer that. Hold on, can y'all hear me? Hold on a second, let me answer something. Okay, that was just a sister doing, I always tell her when I go live to do something, and she just did that for me. Okay, check this out, y'all. I can't, listen, it would be wrong for me to know the things that I know and not tell y'all how tell y'all what's going on. So I just want to sit down and talk to y'all for a minute and tell y'all a few things about what I know, okay? Okay, so Baba sent me to the office, right, to the administration office with Nabab. She's a sneaky. Yo, she mad sneaky. She real quiet. She don't talk much. You understand? She real sneaky. And like I said, y'all have to stop looking at the women that have children with Baba and look at the people that put him in there. It was his family. Abigail had 2 children with Baba, right? Shalimar got 3 children with Baba. Awatif, Uma York's mother, has 3 children with Baba. Yeah, Mahmoud, Leah, and Uma York, Care, right? So now I knew that I worked in the office with their mother. They were babies back then, okay? Yeah, I know they all grown now. They don't remember me because they were children. I remember when Solomon, Amina's son, that nigga had a big head. I was like, yo, who baby is that? Anyway, I know all of them. When they was babies, they just don't know me. You understand? Because back then, how we lived, and we still do, it was segregated. The sisters with the sisters, the brothers, and the children. Y'all know, those of y'all who know. So let me finish telling y'all about this. When I was in Athens, right, I was working in the office. So while I was in there, Abraham used to come to the office a lot. Uma York's mother, Awatif, Leah, Uma York's sister, Leah, and Uma York's brother, Mahmoud, right? So it used to be Leah mother, Awatif, Uma York mother. Uma York, I don't know, she was in New York somewhere, whatever. I met her later on in Brooklyn when she used to be throwing water out on the window and she was trying to take over one of her father's properties, okay? Listen, y'all, they don't care about Dr. York. All they care about is his money, his property. They hoping that he die in there so they could steal everything. And they don't like me because I want to see him out. You understand? They'll talk all that crap, talking my mother about the dollars, and that's a lie, okay? Because if I wasn't working to help Dr. Malachi York, I would be a multi-millionaire. I'm a smart woman. I already had a plan. But Dr. York, that's my brother. You understand what I'm saying? I love him. He gave me letters. We wrote so much to each other when we was incarcerated and when he got out. And he asked me, he said, come on, help me. He said, if people like you care, what am I going to do? You understand? So now that I'm in. I can't get out of it now because I'm in. You understand? And it's like the enemies that I got, I got so many enemies now. It's because of Dr. York. It's because of what I'm doing for Dr.Malachi York. It don't have nothing to do with me personally. I never had all these enemies and all these problems. You understand? And so I just want to tell y'all what happened when I was in the office. And I want to sit down like I'm talking to y'all. You know, I don't want to like give a lecture and act like I'm teaching. I just want to talk to y'all and keep it real right now. Because this is, it's just, you know, y'all need to know this. It's sad. And it's just mind blowing for me. You understand? I never seen anything like this before. You know, you hear about stuff like this in the movies, but to see your own race and your own people like really doing it like this, you know? So when I was working in the office, Abraham used to come there. Nababtet, who y'all know is Carla Thomas, and Abraham is Baba's son. Awatif, which is Leah Mabry and Uma York's mother. She used to be there. Her son, Uma York, and Leah Mabry's brother Mahmoud was there. And they all now let me back up a little bit. Now, when I was going to the office to work, I was working, right? And I got injured at my job and I was getting workman's comp. And I was also in college, right? And I was getting money from that too. And then what else? I had some other money coming in. I don't know. I had got a settlement for about maybe $15,000 for some. Look, I'm smart, right? I'm a paralegal. Ain't no job and nobody gonna do nothing to me and break the law without me writing them up, okay? So they thought that I had money coming from the office. They was coming there for money. And they thought that Dr. Malachi York was paying me money or paying my bills. I don't know. So when I was at the office, they was looking for money. They was coming in there working. They was messing with Nababtet. They kept bothering her, looking for the money. And she was walking around acting like she was broken. She had this big, heavy bag. I don't know what was in the bag, but the bag was heavy. I was like, what this girl got in this freaking bag? And she's so freaking skinny. She was carrying this bag around. And I said, damn. And I said to myself, why Baba want me over here with these people? And guess what? They were all there for the money. SEKINA was making money with one of Baba's ex-mates named Nejla. She was one of the girls who got arrested too. And they was making copies of the CDs, the DVDs. And she was working with SEKINA, and they was getting, like, when Baba would write books and stuff, they would take copies of that. And I mean, it was just all about the money with these niggas. And I said to Uma York's mother, and I said to Abraham, he was there too. I said, listen, y'all, we could work together and get them out and be rich. Like, y'all sitting over here, this one doing this over here, Abraham. Abraham went in there and took all of the ancient mystic order of Melchizedek doctrine. He took all of that stuff, made copies of it, and then after a few years later, I saw him online, dressed up in white, saying the son of Melchizedek, and doing this ancient Sufi order thing, trying to get followers, right? Then Baba's daughter Leah, she was conspiring, trying to find out where the money is. You know, Leah Mabry and Uma York and Mahmoud and their mother said, y'all, if anybody's gonna have anything with the book, with the any money, it's gonna be y'all, because anybody who's gonna own those brownstones over there in Brooklyn, it's gonna be my children, because my children, I gave birth to y'all in there, and y'all have a biological DNA attachment to your father and those buildings. And she kept talking about this. And I said, listen, if we work together, we could get them out. And I didn't understand why nobody. I said, yo, y'all, this is a waste of time. I said, we ain't going to get nowhere. We need to work together. We need to work together. They did not want to work together for the life of me. And that's why I'm going live today. Because Iris is a ghoul. She's a ghoul for Dale Elaine Brown, Waki. She's a ghoul for Abraham, and she's a ghoul for Faatimah York. Because when me and her, because I used to watch her daughter, and when me and her used to be in a car together, and she was on the land, she used to live on Tamaray, and she used to drive Dr. Malachi York years ago. And Dr. Malachi York got tired of her and got another driver named Elizabeth Westbrook, a.k.a. Nifu Amenhotep. So anyway, Iris knew that Waki has something to do with it because she brought it up. And she also knew that Faatimah York had something to do with Dr. Malachi York being in prison. She knew this because we used to talk about it. And she used to tell me about stuff that didn't add up. And I was like, I was in my mind, I'm like, I know this girl wants Baba home. But her mind wasn't right because, see, she's the type of person that when she sees somebody with a title or Baba gives somebody a position, she run and kiss butt. You understand? Driving them around, trying to be, you know, this ride or die. And I'm like, look, man, in my mind, I'm just sitting back watching her like, you know, she's not a city girl. She's from Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? So these type of people, how they grow up, they don't grow up in the city like me. I'm from Brooklyn. So they don't grow up in the city and the game can't recognize game. So all she see is, oh, this is Baba's sister. This is Baba's niece. This is oh, Baba appointed her. She's the so-and-so. And that happens a lot with people like her and other members of the tribe. And Dr. Malachi York got so many enemies, y'all. It's so many people that are conspiring for him to stay in there that it is freaking ridiculous. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life. And they all used to come to the office. They were looking for money. And they thought that Dr. Malachi York was taking care of me. And then Uma York's mother, at one point, she didn't have nowhere to stay. Her own daughter put her out in the street. Leah Mabry put her own mother out in the street. And I told her mother she could come and stay with me. And her mother, Watif, and her son Mahmoud stayed at my house for about maybe 2 months. And then he went and got his own apartment. And then the mother moved over there with her son. You understand? And I learned a lot from her. And I found out when she stayed with me that Yaquwb York's mother, whose name was Zubaydah, and Leah Mabry and Uma York's mother, they all lived in the same house together. And they were upset that Dr. Malachi York was moving on. You know, some women, they want to hold on, but Dr. Malachi York is not a hypocrite. He's not going to be with a woman that doesn't follow the rules and regulations that he sets for his tribe. What I look like rolling with you, and I just said that this ain't right, and you just did it, and because I got children with you, and you my wife, I'm supposed to, nah, Dr. York will cut you off quick. He don't care who you are. He's about his father's work for real, okay? And some of the women and members of his tribe and some of his followers, they don't like that about him. But the thing is, you know, he has to do his job. He came here to do a job, and his loyalty is with the Most High. His loyalty is not with anybody else. And if his loyalty is with you, if you're loyal with him, if you're walking with him, then he got your back. But if you ain't walking with Dr. Malachi York, and you want to go off and be a T.D. Jakes, and he's not a T.D. Jakes, you know what I'm saying? You talking about a man that wrote books, a highly intelligent being. He don't got time for the drama. And so these women get upset, and men, and followers of his, they get upset when they do things that he doesn't agree with, and when they receive penalties for their behavior, or not, I don't want to say penalties, but it's just like you living in a house with your moms. You got rules and regulations. You ain't following the rules. It depends on how bad of a rule you break. You out of there. You understand? So it's like you're not going to live in my house and entice other people to live the way that you want to live. Or you're not going to come in my house and pretend that you walk with me, but on the down low, you bringing in liquor, you sneaking in weed, you sneaking around with other women, y'all running off somewhere, having sex behind a barn, and doing all this crazy stuff. He was like, you know what? This gotta go. I can't be around this. And he can't have women in his family or people in our tribe mistreating each other. It was just getting to the point where they told Dr. York, Malachi York, that you are surrounded by evil. When he was on the land, was 30,000 people there. There was some Tibetan monks that were there, and they were extraterrestrials. They were not human. And they said, listen, you're surrounded by evil. If you don't get out of here, they're going to kill you. You're going to die. So it's something we got to do to get you up out of here. And that's one of the reasons why he's not here with us. And I know it seemed like he ain't going to never get out. It was made to look that way. It was made to look that way. Those of you who love the Dr. Malachi York, those of you who study his doctrine, just keep on reading, keep on studying, keep on walking straight, and don't follow the crowd. You understand? I don't know if your mother ever told you this when you was kids. Don't follow the crowd. It's always problems and trouble in the crowd. You walk. Some of y'all are walking with people whose destination is to go to hell, and you're walking with them. They don't want him out. I got a list of niggas, and Iris is one of them. Mr. Bundy is one of them. Abraham, his own son. His daughter Leah Mabry. His daughter Hajar York. Dale Elaine Brown, who y'all know is Waki, calling her the clan mother. Just because Dr. Malachi York gave her a title. Why you think he gave her the title the clan mother? Think about it. What is a clan? Ku Klux Klan. What is a clan, y'all? Y'all got to read the book, the Patrica, called Nine Minds. If you don't have a copy of it, email me at ashantizulu@gmail.com and I'll give you a copy of it. And every time I tell y'all to email me, y'all never freaking email me. You understand? And then that show me who really can, who don't. Read that. It'll tell you about it tell you about the clans and the Ku Klux Klan and all of that. It'll break it down. And then when the master teacher is speaking or he makes moves, you'll be able to understand it. Because remember, the Messiah spoke in parables. Why? Because he didn't want everybody to understand what he was talking about. He didn't come to teach the whole world. He came to teach a selected few. And the rest of them, they didn't care. They tried to kill him. They tried to take him out. You understand? And so I'm here to tell y'all that Dr. Malachi York would have been home, y'all. They just won't work together. If we would have all worked together, he would have been out. Now you got Iris going over to the senator's office, Jonathan Ossoff's office, talking to him about this and that. And it's like, yo, you don't even know what you're doing, man. Who sent you over there? You stupid. You ain't thinking. You understand what I'm saying? You not freaking thinking, man. We would have worked together, he would have been out. But guess what? Now, because you got so many people that don't want him home, that now you don't know who is who. So even if you want to trust people and say, listen, meet me at such and such because I got such and such getting ready to do this. Let's do this together. They telling somebody who they think is working with us, y'all, it's too much. It's too much. It's a conspiracy. And it's his own race. Stop looking at the Caucasians. They don't got a damn thing to do with Dr. Malachi York being incarcerated. Listen to this. This is what the master teacher told me, and this is a fact. There are 6 men in this tribe, 6 men, and they're wizards. There are 6 wizards in the tribe. Now, a wizard is higher than a warlock. Because what wizards do to get their power is sometimes they have to take a life, just like celebrities do. Celebrities, when they reach up there and they get high, somebody got to go. All right? Y'all already know that. Some of them get abortions. They have babies that they want, but in order to get the career, they got to take the baby out. They got to kill the baby. And that's how it is. That's how it's done in the satanic world. They have to take a life. Like I told y'all about that brother that called himself Dr. Anton. Y'all ain't never heard of him before. All of a sudden, now that I'm talking about him, now he's on the chat line. Now he's marching and the thing. He been quiet for the last like 15 years. Y'all never heard of this dude, right? Y'all may have seen him because he live in Georgia. He started coming out when I started talking about him. All of a sudden now, he want to be... you know, like Baba said, if you are so righteous, why do you have to prove it? Why do you have to prove that you're righteous? Y'all are online chanting with people that are devils, okay? They have a pact with Satan, and this is a fact. And I told y'all over and over again, I went over with it on my wall to tell y'all, and I'm telling you right now that wizards, what they do to get their powers is they have to kill a family member, right? And sometimes rape a close family member. There are rituals that have to be done in order for them to get their powers. And to them, it's just business. And then I told y'all what he did, and then he went and had his sister come live and say, my brother would never do that. And I told his sister, if she listened, you don't know because you was a child. You need to go back and ask your family members about what your brother did, because there are other family members in his family that know what he did. He's a wizard. And there are 5 other wizards in this tribe. Okay? And that's why, even though I would like to take things from people that give me things and say, here, I don't take stuff from people because I don't know who you are. How can I trust you? Why would you pull up so close to me with your stupid? Caucasians have no freaking, and I ain't got nothing against y'all, but y'all don't have no freaking coordination whatsoever. The dude pulled right there. Now, what if I want to back up? I'm going to wind up hitting his car. Anyway, y'all, I just had to drop this jewel down on y'all and let you all know that the Dr. Malachi York is in prison is because they would refuse to work together. And why is Iris going all the way over there? We could work together. We could have been working together from before. You understand? She went and got, first of all, the attorney that she got, that man, his name is Ian. His name is Ian too. He said he's exhausted all his remedies. There's nothing he can do for Dr. Malachi York. And I already told y'all that the Shalimar Williams and Williams law firm, that's fake too. What lawyer, what person has an attorney for a client and they don't have a conversation with the client? So why isn't Shalimar having legal calls, phone calls with Dr. Malachi York? That's what y'all should be asking her. And if somebody called me this morning, I wanted to address this too because I didn't want to forget. Somebody called me this morning and said that President Biden pardoned his son. Listen, these are devils. These are devils, man. The greater and lesser evils. Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, the lesser of 2 evils. They're all evil, the whole political agenda. And Dr. Malachi York has told us so many times, we are not political. And if you read the book of Revelations, it breaks everything down about the end of times and the Armageddon and how these people play a role in that. Some of them eat babies. They do all kinds of satanic rituals. They do everything for their power. All right? So now Biden pardoned his son, right? Because that's his son. They're devils. Okay? And a pardon means when you say pardon me, if you step on somebody's shoe, you say, oh, I'm sorry, pardon me. That's because you stepped on their shoe. Dr. Malachi York never committed a crime. They lied on him. It was all a conspiracy. And the people that are conspired against him were the people that stood before us all the time. They had me fooled too. I thought they was his family. I thought they loved him because they was going up to visit. He was writing them letters. I was like, oh, okay, this is his sister. Oh, this is, and then when I got around them, they was singing they was playing a whole nother tune. I was like, and I told Bob, I used to tell him all the time, these niggas don't want you out. And then I guess once I wrote him and I knew that he didn't want him out, that's when he was like, okay, now you ready. Do what you need to do to get me out. Now that you know who's working against me. You understand? But this is just sad because the people, and the thing is this, tell these people to present themselves to you because y'all all know how Dr. Malachi York is. Y'all know how he look. Y'all know how he's a well-kept man, very clean, very neat, represented himself very well, look good, clean, ate well, healthy, nice-looking, handsome man. Nice, big, nicely groomed. Tell these people that are coming before you, claiming that they want Dr. Malachi York, tell them let you see how they look. Tell them niggas to go live like I do. Say, can we see your face? Can we see how you look? We want to know who you are because you're hiding behind the scenes, the internet, like a lot of people do. And they post all these fake pictures of who they are and you never see them. You know what I'm saying? Or they got these cameras now where you could put stuff over the face so you can't see the natural face and then make the face look prettier. And then when you see them in person, they look like trash, So I was just disturbed to hear that Iris got in contact with the senator 2 weeks ago, and she probably getting her little information, work with Abraham and Adrian Patrick and all them freaking devils. She over there working with devils, claiming she want Dr. Malachi York out. That's a lie. How can you want Dr. Malachi York out? You got 2 kids in the game. The whole time he been in there, you've been laying up with brothers. And I remember when I used to watch your daughter, you didn't even want to come and pick her up. You was hanging out with that, you was sleeping around with that man, Andre, that hairy freaking brother who's gone now. All the men did, when the women, all the men did, and look at this idiot. All the men did when the women was on the land, when they took the land and the sisters on the land had to leave, what happened was when the sisters got off the land, all the brothers was looking at the women. They wasn't thinking about Dr. Malachi York case. And the ones that was serious, they pushed them away and took their money and said, yeah, I just heard, I'm this. He appointed me to be this. He appointed me to be that. And they just were all ego tripping. And all the brothers was wanted some of the women because they knew those were clean women, that they weren't sexually active and that they walked with the master. You understand? He knew that these were godly women. And these brothers started talking. I watched it. I sat back and watched it. This brother was with this sister. That sister was with that brother. They was all teaming up and pairing up. She was not thinking about Dr. Malachi York's freedom. Maybe in her mind, she probably wanted to, but she's not strong. She's not a strong woman. She's weak-minded. You know what I mean? Weak-minded women, they could let a man tell them anything and they fall for it, A man could come and say whatever and they with it, And so it's like, she's not, there's no way that anything that she is going to do is going to benefit Dr. Malachi York. You understand? And it's just like, you're overweight. You're like 300-something pounds. You got all these freaking kids. You got all this drama. You got nasty Mr. Bundy. First of all, Dr. Malachi York told us about having men around our children. So why you got this man around your daughter and your son? You don't even know this man. You don't know what he may have done to his sister when he was growing up or whatever. You don't know these people. You just know them because they come on board claiming that they got this love for Dr. Malachi York. Look, man, there's 6 wizards in the tribe. This is like a sci-fi movie, but it's real. We're in the end of times. Hell's gates has opened. There are demons running rampant all over the planet. Killings like never before. Kidnappings like never before. Conspirators like never before. And they're using the rap artists and certain people to distract you from the reality. Man, look, man, I'm done. I'm done. You understand? With my race and you like I see what's happening and I'm not gonna get sucked into it. I'm not gonna get sucked into the web. You understand? I don't even really be on there. Every now and then I post something that I might scroll to see what's going on, and I see what's going on, and it's not positive. I just want to let y'all know that Iris went to Senator John Ossoff's office 2 weeks ago. For what? Asking for to try to help Dr. Malachi. She's listening to them niggas, And the thing is this. I got contacts in Washington, D.C., and it ain't with Congressman Hank Johnson. However, it's a small world. You understand? It's a little circle. And I got my peoples that work out there that to make sure they don't assassinate Dr. Malachi York. That's how I was able to get him moved. And word get around. You understand? And then it get back to me, And I just was like, this, I said, ain't this something? You sitting over here working with these niggas. We could have all just worked together to bring Baba out, y'all. And that's not what they want. They got gatekeepers in Africa, gatekeepers over here. You understand? And for those of you who are still following Deuce-Wah, y'all are some sick people, man. And saying, well, as far as I'm concerned, he didn't do anything. You don't know y'all don't know these people. We're all strangers to each other. You only know what a person can bring to the table. You understand? And then half the time, they're not going to tell you the truth about themselves, what they went through in their life, but they'll have you pour your heart out and put all your business out there. You understand? So I just want to let y'all know I got a list of the conspirators, and I'm going to put the rest of the names down there. Everybody that I could think of that got something to do with Dr. Malachi York being in there, or friends of the devil. Because remember, you got devils, you got evil people, and then you got friends of the devil. You know what I'm saying? And you got people in this tribe, for whatever reason, they're upset with Baba too. It's in their heart. It's magnified inside of them. you know, that they, you know, they hate. They hate Dr. Malachi York, and they don't want to see me when they hate me. I'm the tribe's enemy now. My picture is up on their wall with darts all over it, okay? They hate me. And like I said, I didn't have all of these enemies before. I didn't have all these problems and issues and things happening. It's because of what I'm doing for Dr. Malachi York. And I'm here to tell y'all that it's the people that y'all see walking around y'all every day. Every day, man. I couldn't believe when I heard this news today. I was like, what the heck? I said, what? She did what? Anyway, y'all, it's just best that if you're going to do something for Dr. Malachi York, stick with your own race, okay? Because when I was working and I had the judge under investigation, Jonathan Ossoff took my documents and mailed it. They were supposed to go to the impeachment task officer, and they blocked that. They protect their own, okay? So why would you go to him, dummy? You're not freaking thinking, man. That's why I said, y'all, we was working together, and it wouldn't be all this confusion. And y'all would understand, y'all would understand what's happening. But it's like, come on, man, you got all these conspirators and stuff. It's just sad, man. It's sad. And I'm done talking, man. I just wanted to come live and tell y'all that when I worked at Baba's office in Athens, Georgia, his family was there. Abraham was there. Awasif was there. Mahmoud was there. Leah was there. You know, and they all was there for the money. They was not trying, and I was sitting, I was making copies of stuff. I was working, trying to bring things together in the office. It was a waste of time. They waiting for him to be assassinated in there so they could take over. It's all they're just, I don't understand the greed for the money. You can't take this with you. Like, it doesn't make you happy. I know I had a lot of money in my life when I used to hustle and make that money. I had plenty of it. And I still had that void and that emptiness. It didn't make me happy. Yeah, I might have looked pretty, you know, nice car, nice shoes and all that. But inside, I was not happy. It doesn't make you happy, man. It's like you gotta be. And the thing is this: they're physical devils because they're turned on. They feel good. They feel like the money gives them power, and that makes them feel good. That's not true. Money can't bring you health. Money can't give you love. Money can't give you wisdom. Money can't make you feel good. It can only fulfill a need at that moment and make you feel happy at that moment. But it doesn't replace the things that people can't give and money can't buy. I'm sorry. I'd rather be happy and content and okay in my life than to have a bunch of luxuries and no, y'all. You know, they want to be Dr. Malachi York. They don't understand that Dr. Malachi York worked hard for everything that he had. He worked and made a lot of sacrifices. A lot of them. You understand? And he's trying to get us to work together. And we just can't freaking do it. That's the problem. That's why he's still in there. Y'all niggas don't want to work together. And try to blame me. I'm not the freaking problem, man. I'm the solution. I promise you. Yo, man, I just think about it, it just pissed me off. You know what? When Dr. Malachi York come home, he ain't gonna want nothing to do with none of them. Watch. Watch what I tell you. He gonna walk away from every last one of them niggas. Because they out here living their life while he in there freaking eating commissary. I'm pretty sure if y'all had a Thanksgiving, if you been down walking with the master teacher and you was eating turkey and still, you know, don't get me wrong, some of y'all have children, you understand, and I understand that. But for some of y'all know better, and y'all still caught up in this satanic stuff, man, not me. Look, every time you turn around, holidays is coming. Before Christmas, they going to be putting Valentine's stuff up because time is going by fast. We only have 15 hours in the day now. Dr. Malachi York said that the masters had to speed up time. And that's why time is going by so fast. And watch around Christmas, soon as Christmas leave, they start putting up Valentine's Day stuff to make it seem like the holidays. It's a waste of time. I'm not going down with these devils, y'all. I'm doing the right thing for my mind, for my body, for my soul, and for the sake of my life. You understand? When the time comes, I want to make it out of here. And I'm just here to warn y'all, don't get sucked into this stuff with these people, with these titles, man. Y'all leave them niggas alone. Don't follow the crowd. Okay? This is a conspiracy. Dr. Malachi York's case was a conspiracy by his own race. It has absolutely nothing to do with Sheriff Seals. They used him. Has nothing to do with Charles Ashley Royals. They used him. Sheriff Seals saw the black mirror, saw a craft over the black mirror. And Baba told me that the craft that he saw over the mirror, it wasn't one of ours. It was one of theirs. And you know those beings, they eat humanoids. So that's what made that man, try to get rid of Dr. Malachi York, because they know they're going to be food for the gods. That is true. They could sit up here and act like spacecrafts ain't real, other planets ain't real, and some people here ain't from other planets. Because look, I saw the weirdest looking freaking lady in my hotel not too long ago, a couple of days ago, when I had to take care of something. She looked like a freaking monster. And she was working a graveyard shift. She looked scary, y'all. And when she seen me, she got mad. She got startled. Like she knew that I wasn't from here. It was freaking weird, man. I should have filmed her. She was the ugliest looking thing I ever seen, and she walked real funny. I don't know if she was a Darrow, part of the Darrows, or something. I don't know what that girl was, but she was definitely a sci-fi movie. Y'all better start looking at these people, because some of them ain't human. And some of them are from the lower realm. Some of them are demons walking around here acting like they regular people, and they dress a certain kind of way to blend in with us, Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. I just wanted to let y'all know that there's a conspiracy to keep Dr. Malachi York incarcerated, and it's his own people. Mr. Bundy, Iris Katrina Hamilton, Mary Elaine York, Dale Elaine Brown. They over there in Dentut Ray. All of them. These niggas, they vibrate low, and ain't no telling what's inside of their bodies, but they ain't human to be, and they ain't in their right mind to do something like this against Dr. Malachi York. Y'all niggas been in Liberia for the longest and ain't do nothing yet. Talking about y'all starting businesses and all this other stuff, and y'all down there sleeping with women. Some of y'all got babies. Yo, I'm telling y'all, this is a big, ugly conspiracy. It's a big, ugly conspiracy to keep Dr. Malachi York locked up. I promise y'all, I'm not making this up, okay? I just wanted to tell y'all that the reason why he been in there that long is because them niggas refuse to work together, okay? And like I said, I've been working on this case for years, and I never came. Y'all didn't even know who I was. And like I said, the reason why I started coming forth and telling y'all what was going on, and I got pissed off because I found out they was doing witchcraft to me. I found out that Dale Elaine Brown and her daughter, Mary Elaine York, and all of them, and ain't no telling who else, what other stuff they did to other people, Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm gonna keep the comments off, but yeah, I'm gonna turn off the comments. But now I got a way where I could go live, and I don't have to worry about people leaving a negativity. You understand? But like I said, Janet Goins is gonna be up next. I'm saying it again. Y'all could keep on cutting up your chickens, burning your freaking candles on me, and doing all your freaking Harry Potter garbage. It's not gonna work because y'all losing the end. That's how it works. Dr. Malachi York is a powerful man. He's an extraterrestrial from another planet and is real. Y'all can sit up here and act like it's fake. We crazy, we occult, say whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, and we in those times now that upon us, when y'all see stuff, aliens walking around with human legs in their arm, and y'all start seeing some real crazy stuff, it's going to be too late to come to the Sabian tribe and say, I'm sorry, because sorry didn't do it, you did it. That's how it's going to be. You understand? I know who Dr. Malachi York is. And those of you who don't know, you need to find out, because he is the man of the hour, and he will be out of there. Okay? And so all you witches and you 6 wizards, you wizards and you warlocks and you witches, y'all burning candles and y'all doing stuff because you're jealous of me, it's not going to work. Okay? As you can see, I'm still here, vibrant. And I got my I got my tangerine bubble coat. I found this. This was on sale, so I don't care nothing. This is bright color. If somebody see me walking there, they won't hit me, okay? Because Caucasians don't have peripheral vision, all right? And you walking, they'll just run right over you. If you ain't driving for them or walking and watching them, they'll hurt. You'll get seriously hurt. You know, and they're not doing it intentionally. They just don't have peripheral vision. They can't see from the side of their face like we do, you know, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm good, family. Like I said, I'll be going live again soon. I don't know, maybe I'll do it on Christmas. Maybe I'll do it on New Year's Eve or maybe New Year's Day. I don't know. But they got it coming for me, okay? Because one thing you ain't going to do is you ain't going to smack me and tell me to turn the other cheek. All right, you smack me, I'm going to smack you back, and I'll make your head spin like the Exorcist. All right, I'm out, family. Wado. Thanks for tuning in. And please like, share, and there's a little thing over there. Y'all could send a donation if you want to. I'm still working for the master teacher. And like I said, it ain't over till it's over. All right, thank you for tuning in. Wado.